Feels good to have the wind in your hair. Hey everybody, in this video we spent some time doing some fall sailing, and we had some late summer heat in the fall, which was nice. And I had to spend some time figuring out what was wrong with my motor alignment. On the way back from Toronto, the motor started making a noise, like a clicking noise, and it turned out that the motor alignment was off. Hope you enjoy this video. Bought this boat with very little, had no working engine, no instruments, and I gutted it. I pulled the engine out, and then I decided to go electric. So I put an electric motor in, and had a whole learning curve about that. So I learned about batteries and charging systems and wiring and house banks, all the different solar panel and monitoring systems. And that's what this channel is about. It's about sharing the knowledge that I learned, documenting my journey as I retrofitted this boat. I'm looking forward to next year. Next year I'm going to be taking the boat out to the coast and to the ocean, and I'm looking forward to that. So hopefully you can follow along and join me. Hey everybody, so I was just testing my motor. It's still using a bit too much energy to turn, so I've got something not quite right with it. My alignment is better than it was, but it's still using more. I'm going to have to check the Victron graphs, because some of the energy went to my Starlink I left on by accident. But I was looking at the comparative, like just total amount used. It's been plugged in for the last couple days just to make sure that everything was topped up, and I was busy at work. But it used 4% of the battery leaving the marina, and I usually use like maybe 2%. So to me it's still using more, but I did leave the Starlink on. And the Starlink wasn't that much, but I don't know, to me that's like excessive. So anyway, sorry, I'm looking here because I'm about to go into the dock, and took advantage of there's a little bit of wind, so I said while I'm out doing a motor test, I'll check the sails out. Slow and steady wins the race. Coming in with just a half jib. I've got 6 knots of wind, and I'm just under a knot. So usually I come a little faster than that, but nice. Hey everybody, so we're working here on the motor, and what I've done is I just put a socket here on the shaft, and I'm just using this. Oh yeah, this is so much easier now.
Can you still feel that spot though?
No, the spot's gone. So what we did is we raised it and lowered it to the point of where it was touching, and you could actually feel it being difficult to move. And this is what I was saying. It felt like I was using more energy than I needed to. So we motored about 12 nautical miles coming back from Toronto. We motor sailed, and it was fine in the beginning, but then near where we anchored on the way back, we were hearing like a tick, 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 tick. And basically it had shifted here, the mounts, and I think they just weren't tight enough, is literally all it was. So what I've done is I tore apart the whole mount. I checked everything, and I'm really working hard at trying to get this in the middle. But this is like beautiful right now. It almost needs no energy to turn, and I don't hear it crapping out. What we discovered was that it's just the shaft has a slight wobble in it. It has to be that because it looks like it's in the dead center, but it's not. So what happens when you turn it, it had a difficult position. So it was easy, and then it would just slightly touch, and we were hearing that rubbing while we were sailing, because it would be like every time the shaft hit the edge of the shaft tube. So it was making a noise, and it was using a bit of energy, and then I worked it up and down as best as I could get, but I couldn't do it without David's help here. So.
I was just turning it and like feeling where it gets easier and more difficult to turn.
And then I was raising and lowering it, and then we tried side to side, and we found a spot here that looks real perfect, right? So we're going to carry on. So we're just going to first do this and just push that over. Can you give it a turn? Yeah. Still good? Alright, so I want you to tighten that, lock that down there as tight as possible. I drilled a hole for the screw. So if I made an oblong, then we could shift it just a little bit. So we don't have a lot of play to work with, basically. Everything has been drilled in place.
That's rigid.
Well, it's a lot better than where it was, that's for sure. Alright, let's take this whole contraption off. And then let's get that motor back on.
You put a socket inside a socket inside a socket.
I did. So this is basically how I do it, is I put this on here, and then I can slip the motor in, and then I can slip this one over the motor shaft, and then put the spline gear in. Okay, the motor is connected. I just want to make sure it still works. Do you mind climbing up there and getting that to go before we get all of the whole block together? So I'm going to put the power on, which is what that is. That's my 200 amp breaker. Push the key. All right. Give her a turn. That's looking pretty straight. Okay, let's get these blocks on. Thanks, David. There you go. Okay, got that on. So now I can get the spider gear in. Sounds like a boat coming by.
It's the heavy duty loud one.
Oh, is it really? That's a cool boat. Okay, try reverse first. Nice. And forward. Yep. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it for a spin, and we're going to look at what 750 watts at the temperature is, because I had the temperature when I went out, it was 44 after I did the put it all back together. Right now it's 28, but I want to see it as we're moving. Basically there's less resistance to the motor as you're moving with the same wattage. When you're not moving, there's a lot more energy being pushing the water because the boat's not moving, so the energy transfer actually comes out in heat in the motor. So we just need to take it for a spin and then make sure it's working the way that we expect. All right, cool. Yeah, I noticed that coming out I had to pull the stick a lot harder and it just made way more noise than was needed. Pretty gentle, what do you call it, launch here today. It's only, what is it, 4 knots? And it's a crosswind. I like it when it's this way. Oh yeah, I'm not hearing any knocking at all. Much better.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Happy?
Let's see how much energy we use by the time we leave the marina. Because last time it was 4% of the battery. And I'm like, okay, I don't remember it ever doing that. So it was definitely working harder than it needed to. Oh, there's the other use. It's the exact same boat as our boat.
Polaris.
Polaris, yeah. Lady in red. Well, let's hoist the main there, David.
Already?
Yeah. So we're motor sailing, and right now it's definitely used less energy, 99%. So I'm going to compare on Victron once I get the two down. We're running 10 amps, which is the equivalent of 900 watts right now. And we're 34 degrees where I was 44 by the time I got out. Yeah, so I was 34 degrees by the time I exited the channel here. And I'm doing it exactly the same way. So we'll see how this goes. David's piloting us out, doing a good job. And yeah, we got grand total of 3 knots on the side. We're not fast enough to move the boat speed. This time of year the algae gets growing on it underneath and it's stuck. No, speed over ground's not showing either though. No, that's not good. That means the thing doesn't know where we are. No, it's tracking us. I don't know what's happening. Maybe I'll turn them off and off again. So I think it's you have to turn the chart plotter on first to get the boat speed. But all right, well, we can do a little sail, and it says 99%, David, not 96, so that's awesome. You can kill the motor, and you could barely hear that it was on, but it was on. So this is the silent position. Oh, I don't know now, actually. So right there, when the I'm gonna have to take a look at that. I think that didn't work out right. But that little tag being on the top is where yeah, that would be right on that side. Basically, the tag, when it's on the top, is the propeller is vertical right behind the fin. It's not sitting out sideways. That's the point of least drag. Oh, we got 7 knots of wind, 7.7. We're doing 5 knots upwind. Just taking advantage of the weather today. Enjoying the sun. Feels good to have the wind in your hair.
29 and I find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set the rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you.
shadow of our sails. See the sailboat, that's so cool. I can take a picture of that one.
Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 give something from nothing.
7 knots in 9 knots of wind, that's awesome.
Question was in the last chapter.
It's got her pegged perfectly.
Today, without you, I never could have moved away. But now I see what you teach. I do believe I always should have stayed. Yeah. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure. But one day I'll be yours again. One day I'll be Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 give something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 give something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 give something from nothing. Life changes just open the door. One thing's certain, I'll always be yours.
That was a great dock. Came in about 1 full step off and didn't hit anything. Got the brake line on and everything went the way it was supposed to.